harder to face a team that you saw 2 weeks ago in Minnesota?
I think it makes it harder, especially because of the result we had. Doing it at their place, 4-0, keeping them at zero and scoring 4 goals away from home. So it's going to be more difficult for us. Tactically, they might have a little more some guys that we haven't seen, and it'll just be an interesting game because they have 1 week of rest as well.
Brian constantly talks about team defense. How does that reflect to the 400 minutes you guys have been able to handle, not getting scored on?
Yeah, it's been a total team effort. Obviously, Steph, keeps us in games. At times he has to make spectacular saves, but there are times where he doesn't, and that comes from the whole team. Obviously he's a team player. He's gonna say that it's always a team, but at times Steph comes up big with big saves. This last game, the saves weren't flamboyant, but they were still crucial saves in a tight game. But we're able to keep clean sheets throughout these last couple games, and when you get on a run like this, keeping a clean sheet definitely helps.
You guys have brought in quite a few new players. I assume they're integrating a lot of you in practice this week. What's that been like, and how difficult is it to try to adapt to new bodies coming in?
You find strengths and weaknesses with every player. Victor, for example, is a player like Harry Shipp who likes to keep the ball a lot. Is more of a center mid playing out wide. Kelvin, somewhat like Joven. So they're somewhat similar in some ways, but you learn to adapt by just practicing with each other day in and day out. And I think our scouts have done a really good job of signing these players because they're very good human beings first and foremost, and that also helps with integrating them to the team.
Adding to that, how deep is this team, and how important is it that so many different players can play so many different positions?
Yeah, it reminds me a little bit of the team in 2015, my first year, where we had some guys that were starters at some point on the bench. So if you can have some guys like that, obviously you have a good team, and some guys like Lamar coming off the bench and helping the team out in any way that he can, that's a sign of a positive team. And in practice, you're able to compete against these guys, and the practices are much better because of it.
Tied for first with about 10 or 11 games to go. How much of an opportunity is this compared to where the team was last year around this time?
Yeah, it's a little bit tighter on the western side. The standings are a little bit tighter, and there's only like 3-4 points in between a playoff spot and first place. So, keeping this run going is crucial because teams are bound to lose. Teams are also playing against each other. So, if you could keep this streak alive, MLS is all about streaks, and you find yourself top of the table because you win a couple games in a row. So we have to stay focused more than ever because teams are going to be gunning after us.
Se aproximan los partidos de eliminatoria de la CONCACAF. ¿Has tenido alguna clase de comunicación con la selección estadounidense o Bruce Arenas?
Todavía no. No sé cuándo van a dar la lista, de verdad, pero yo quiero ser parte del equipo. Quiero tener un impacto, ser más grande con los Estados Unidos, y pues vamos a ver en una semana o dos, no sé cuándo, pero ojalá piensa que yo estoy jugando bien y pues siempre quiero estar con ellos.
Si pudieras tener un porcentaje de optimismo en el que te van a llamar, ¿cuál dirías que es? ¿Muy optimista, poco optimista?
Algo sí, pues positivo. Yo cuando regresé del Copa Oro me hablaron y me dijeron que hice un gran trabajo, pero también me dijeron que que no me iban a jugar para los cuartos, los semis y la final, si pasaron y pues por eso regresé un poco antes y tuve la oportunidad de meter 3 goles aquí cuando regresé y pues ellos están bien felices que yo regresé y hice muy bien.